What the
Ryan Blaney got his lap.
Whoa, Blaney's out of gas. Something's wrong.
You know, as someone who has continuously said that they don't rate Austin Cindric, it's not very nice to have to make a video when he wins the race. And give him his props. To be fair, he ran well today, but one top 10 all season and an 85 race winless streak in the 2-car Penske Racing. And he's locked into the playoffs. I sound like such a hater right now. I am so sorry. But that's just so stupid. Locked into the playoffs with one top 10 all season. Now probably 2. That counts as the second one. That's so stupid. Like I said, I am sorry. I sound like a hater. I don't like haters. And I sound like a hater. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's my honest opinion. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, how did Christopher Bell not win that race? How did Ryan Blaney not win that race? I opened up OBS. I turned on the lights. I put the camera on with 5 to go because I was like, this is kind of wrapped up. And I was just waiting for the race to end. That's why I still have my headset on. Ryan Blaney is currently talking right now in the headset on my screen right here. I was all ready to go. Ryan Blaney's going to win the race. All right, kumbaya, we'll talk about it. And then he runs out of gas on the final lap. And Austin Cindric just comes around and is gifted a win. Now, he put himself in position. The team put himself in position. They were there. You know, it's not really a gift. If you put yourself in position to win, you know, it can happen. But holy crap, what a gift that if I've ever seen one. Pretty lackluster race in terms of on-track racing, but a fun product in terms of strategy and surprises is what NASCAR ended up being today at Gateway, which I'm not going to complain about because, like I said not too long ago, guys, this month of races, Gateway, Sonoma, and you go to other tracks as well that are just not very fun during the entire month of June. I literally told you guys, wake me up in July when the Chicago Street Race comes in because I'm just not very excited for these next few races. But I do want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members, as always, for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to wake me up when July comes around, please do. But you know what? If NASCAR can make Gateway pretty interesting, then hey, maybe you don't need to wake me up. So how did this race play out? Well, there was one very key moment. You know, we're going to say Christopher Bell won stage 1 and stage 2, of course, but one very key moment, I think it was lap 112 exactly, is when Josh Berry has some sort of failure on the left front, whether it be a brake rotor failing or something. He just can't stop the car heading into turn 3, and he brings out the yellow. And this was the most crucial part of the race because at that very moment, there were cars, you know, on one strategy and cars on another strategy, and it basically separated the race from there on out, where that caution fell correctly for the Penske guys and Ford, and it kind of put Christopher Bell a little bit on the back foot along with everyone else that was on the strategy of Christopher Bell. But everyone else that was on the strategy of Christopher Bell didn't really, they all got the bad end of the strategy because they didn't have the car that Christopher Bell had. So Bell's car was so fast that even though he was on the wrong strategy come towards the end of this race, he still was able to run down the Penske boys from like 15 places back and 7 seconds behind. He was able to pass the entire field, run them down in the final run, and then, well, we'll get to that in a second. But that key moment is what separated this race, and actually what made the race interesting. Until then, you know, stage 1, you had 2 Cody Ware cautions. Why in the hell is Cody Ware on the racetrack? Why is he here? We know why. We know that answer, but can you just like take your money and go do something else? Like, I get it. It's fun. You have the privilege of doing it. But, dude, you suck. Just go do something else. For the love of God. Take your father's money and the family money. I don't know. Go somewhere else. Anything. Whatever you want to do that doesn't involve racing in the Cup Series. Because you don't belong there. But whatever. He causes 2 cautions in the beginning of the race. And, again, that's what's helping the strategy. So, you know, actually, actually. Cody Ware, thank you for bringing strategy to Gateway. You know what? I take back everything I said. You want to continue bringing out cautions? You can be the honorary caution guy, you know, that makes the races more interesting with strategy. If you want to do that, go ahead. But now you have the strategy set in place. There were a few other incidents as well. You had Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch right at the end on the final lap of stage 2. They're battling for position, which they didn't really have to, because this is the thing. The strategy was playing out. So Kyle Busch was kind of falling backwards a little bit. Chase Elliott was falling backwards a little bit. Kyle Larson was falling backwards a little bit. But they were all going to most likely pit and take 4 tires. While they would pit and take 4 tires while other guys would stay out. So while Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch are battling, it's not really the end of the world. Like, you are battling for some stage points. Yes, and Kyle Busch is trying to make the playoffs because he hasn't won a race. So I guess I understand why he's fighting hard for this. But yeah, Larson's trying to make the pass, and Kyle Busch just, Larson side drafting, a little bit of contact. Kyle Busch then turns down on Larson entering the corner. Like, he turns down the straightaway and then continues turning down, entering the corner. Pinches Larson very hard. Larson gets loose and wrecks them both. I don't really know what to say about this incident. It just seems so unnecessary. That's the biggest thing I could think of. Like, it's the final lap of stage 2. You don't really need to fight this hard for it, and you don't need to make contact with another driver for it. I don't really know what was going on there. I know Kyle Busch is frustrated. The car is not great. I get it, but I'm going to put that one on Kyle Busch. I mean, that's just not necessary to come down on Larson like that. And yeah, Larson does get loose, but I think that could have all been avoided if you guys just don't make contact. And it's very clear that Kyle Busch comes down onto Larson. And yeah, I don't really know why he did that. He's very angry recently, and I would be too if I was driving for RCR. So hey, I kind of understand. And then that sets up the final stage that basically goes green the whole way. And you have, again, those 2 different strategies. You have the Penske cars, along with some other guys that were not fast enough, but the Penske cars, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, they are on one strategy. And then you have Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott. They are on another strategy. I say Chase Elliott, but Christopher Bell. Bell is the only one that was fast enough to actually pass people. Like, let's make that very clear. Without the strategy in this race, it's just not fun. And I know this place is called Worldwide Technology Raceway. I have never been a fan of Gateway. I don't know if you guys can tell, like, over the last few years. I just don't like the racetrack. I don't think it's a great racetrack. I think the design of the racetrack it's unique, but I don't like it. Personally, I do not like Gateway. It's just a personal preference. It's kind of like how I was not the biggest fan of Kentucky, or I'm not truly the biggest fan of Iowa. Like, just some racetracks, though, they're very unique, and I don't really like them. On the other hand, I kind of like Richmond, but Richmond always gives out really bad races for some reason. So, preference. That's what I'm trying to say. Some unique racetracks I like, other unique racetracks I don't really like, and Gateway kind of falls into that. So, if you don't have Christopher Bell, you're not passing anyone. You're just going to run where you are until the next caution, because this racetrack is not very good, to be honest. And it was like that with Gen 6, and it's like that with this car, and it's just not a very good racetrack. The race is set up that way. The strategy is going to play out. Again, I'm not hating the race. I don't think you guys are hating the race, because there's strategy. You kind of don't really know how it's going to play out. There are guys trying to run 40 laps further on fuel, hoping for a caution. So it keeps you on the edge of your seat if your driver, for example, is Brad Keselowski and he has a 9-second lead or something, but it's because he's hoping for a caution because Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric and Christopher Bell and everyone have already pitted. So it's that's what kept the race, fun and going. And then you come to the end of the race and Christopher Bell is just mowing down Ryan Blaney. I mean, he's catching him, and there's 30 laps to go, and he has 20 lap pressure tires. Yeah, Bell's gonna win the race. And then you realize, oh wait, this is Gateway. It's impossible to pass, even if you are Christopher Bell. So Bell works on Blaney for like 15 laps. Again, credit to Ryan Blaney. He fought very, very hard. And I thought this was, pretty interesting. Now, the only reason why this battle was actually good, like I said, is Bell had a lot fresher tires. If you took Bell and Blaney and put them on equal tires, like I said, Blaney's not getting around Bell because Bell has the fastest car. And even though Bell has the fastest car, he's most likely not getting around Blaney. He needed those fresher tires to even have a chance, really, to do it. But he was eventually going to do it. They're having a great battle, very good battle. He gets around him once. Blaney pulls over a crossover. And it's like, okay, well, Blaney got that again. And then it's like, but then Bell is going to pull over a crossover. And it's going down the back straightaway where Bell pulls the crossover. And then he, like, backs off. And I'm like, what just happened? And then he loses 2 tenths. Then he loses 3 tenths. Then he's 4 tenths behind. Then he's half a second behind. And I'm just like, something's wrong. His engine was blowing up.
Here's Christopher Bell's radio.
I'm blowing up. I'm blowing up. Game over.
No way!
We don't know what happened. There was a lot of shifting, obviously, with this car. And that's not, in my opinion, the greatest thing. But that's how it is. And so, did he hit a downshift wrong? Did he downshift too quickly? Did something happen? But the amount of shifting that happens, it has some wear and tear in the engines. And he was doing all right, doing all good. And then the engine cuts off at the one moment where he was 100% going to clear Ryan Blaney, pull away, and win the race. And no, he has an engine issue. And there was actually a really cute and nice moment between Martin Truex Jr. and Christopher Bell. Truex had a tire issue early on in the race, so he was multiple laps down. And he was just pushing Bell around for a few laps, which was very nice. That was kind of cool because Bell was just trying to survive, not shifting. He didn't blow up, but he couldn't shift because if he would have shifted, he probably would have blown up. So, you know, did a valve come loose, lose a cylinder, something like that must have happened in the engine, and it cost Bell the win of the race. So then Blaney is leading, and it's like, all right, he's going to win. Final lap, runs out of fuel.
Ryan Blaney got his lap
Whoa,
wrong.
Blaney's out of gas. Something's wrong.
White flag, 1 lap to go.
Runs out of fuel. Austin Cindric passes him. Austin Cindric goes ahead, and he wins the race. Like I said, not the greatest on-track product, but even though it's not the greatest on-track product, it somehow pulls out a memorable finish for Austin Cindric. Somehow, Bell did not win this race. Somehow, Ryan Blaney, after Bell blowing an engine, did not win this race. Somehow, he ran out of fuel. And Austin Cindric wins. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm sorry for being a hater, but this guy has not been good enough his entire Cup Series career. And yeah, he's in the playoffs, and he has his win, his first win since the 2022 Daytona 500. What can I say? He shuts me up. But he's not good. Like, that's the thing. I'm sorry. I don't like what I am saying, but I have to be honest. The channel is called Real Radman. I can't lie to you guys. I can't be fake. And you know me. I don't hate anyone. I am a neutral man when it comes to NASCAR Cup Series racing. I do not have preferences, except maybe Hendrick Motorsports. But, like, I don't hate anyone. I don't dislike people. I just call it like I see it. And out of everybody in the garage area, bar maybe Austin Dillon, because he doesn't do anything. So there's no reason to bring up Austin Dillon. Cindric doesn't deserve it. He does not. He's not good enough. I'm sorry. It's just true. But he won this race. And because of that, he's locked into the playoffs. I will bet every dollar I have that he's not winning the championship. I would bet half of every dollar I have that he's not making the Final Four. I just know that because he's not good enough. Clip that. Clip it. And if he ends up doing it, I will be broke. And I hope you guys go to the Patreon link down below and help me out. Don't do gambling. Don't bet your life savings, please. Don't do that. Let's go to the race results. Austin Cindric is your winner. Congratulations. I'm the biggest hater ever. I honestly hate how I've talked about Austin Cindric. To be fair, like I said, today he ran well. I'm just, it's a thing of me, you know, I can't, in the future, I just don't rate him. It's like me trying to give credit to Austin Dillon. Where did Austin Dillon finish? He finished 6th. Austin Dillon finished 6th, guys. So the 2 guys I don't even rate got a top 6 finish. I'm in the mud today. I can't say anything. I can't. Congratulations to the 2 car and the 3 car. They are actually, I can't. I am ashamed of myself right now. Denny Hamlin in 2nd, Brad Keselowski 3rd, Tyler Reddick 4th, and a lot of these guys, like I said, it was a fairly quiet day if you were not talking about Christopher Bell or Ryan Blaney or, you know, Michael McDowell on pole, but it was a fairly quiet day, you know, for everyone else, except maybe Carson Hocevar, who ran extremely well. And where did Carson Hocevar finish? Yes, he finished in 8th place. So congratulations to Hocevar. He did very well. Christopher Bell, with the engine failing for the last 20 laps, finished in 7th. Justin Haley is in 9th. I missed Joey Logano. Logano got top 5. Kyle Larson in 10th. Ty Gibbs, Chastain, and Elliott in 11th, 12th, and 13th. Like I said, the strategy, you know, those guys, Larson, Chastain, Elliott, those guys were on the same strategy as Bell. But because they didn't have a fast enough car, they were never going to actually make up positions. Where the other guys, like Keselowski is on another strategy, Cindric, Logano. I don't know exactly what strategy Hocevar was on. I'm not exactly sure. I think he was on the strategy with the Fords, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was actually on the strategy of Bell. Not exactly sure on that. But Hocevar ran well, so he did very well. Buescher in 14th, Byron in 15th, Gillen, Briscoe, Hemrick, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It was a very weird race, you know, very, very odd, which is very, very odd. Ryan Blaney finishes in 24th after running out of fuel. He did, I think he ended up crossing the finish line, but yeah, he ran out of fuel. And in the back, you have Josh Berry with the left front failure, Kyle Busch crashed, Martin Truex Jr. multiple laps down because of the tire failure, Cody Ware just doing what Cody Ware does, and then the rest of your field. I do not know why Alex Bowman is in 28th. At least one of the other guys I don't rate didn't race well, I guess. But I don't know. I can't talk because I'm not really sure why he's there. Like I said, this race mainly focused on strategy. It was all about that. Before I hate any more than I am comfortable with, I'm sorry for hating. I apologize. Do not do this. I am not setting a good example. Congratulations to Austin Cindric. Sincerely, congratulations. He is in the playoffs. And yeah, congratulations to him. I really can't wait for next season when they introduce the in-season, you know, tournament, the head-to-head challenge. I think that's going to make these races in the summer just so much better, in my opinion, because this is the slog of the season where it's just like, all right, get that one out of the way, and get that one out of the way, get that one out of the way, get that one out of the way, get that one out of the way. And it just kind of continues all the way through August until you get to the playoffs because of just, you know, how meaningless the championship kind of matters now. But Austin Cindric, congratulations. I need to stop hating. I salute you. I tip my imaginary cap. Salute. Very, very, very well. Good job. Go win next week as well at Sonoma, which is a road course, which is actually what he's good at. That's actually his strength, is road course racing. So maybe it's possible. Back-to-back wins for Austin Cindric. Oh my lord, I would have to go into hiding if that happened. I wouldn't be able to show my face. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram already. Subscribe if you're new. And take care of yourselves. Peace out.